Welcome back to Simon Says Farms, and today I'm sitting you right here in the kitchen because before we get the day started, we are making some goat cheese. Very simple, 3 gallons of goat milk, I think. I don't know. I'm using the glass jar to measure actually. So that's gallon number 2 into the pot. Gallon number 2. Let's see if we can get 3, or are we going to be at 2.5? So it's Saturday. It's family day. I'm personally a big fan of window shopping. I don't know if you guys are. I like to go places where there's things you really can't afford. You know, nice fancy things to look at. We're going to say that'd be half. So a little over 3.5 gallons. Let's say 3.75. Because we're going to go 3.75 gallons of milk and now 3.75 cups of vinegar. Going to go in there. But we got to heat it up. Like way up. Like I think, and I might have to look it up again. Don't quote me, I have a video about it somewhere. I think I got to go to like 180, 185 degrees. We don't want it to boil, but we want it to get really, really warm. And then we add the vinegar, and then we shake it around a little bit, and it turns into curds and whey and all that. And then we strain it through the cheesecloth that I had to just go buy this morning. So that's it. That's the plan this morning. Have you checked out the website? The new amazing stuff that Liz has created? That stuff is pretty darn cool. Very limited supply on some of them. Oh, speaking of limited supply, if you guys can do me a favor, hey, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you could do me a favor and head over to the website and pick out your favorite thing. So go to the Skull soap if you really like it, and just put in your email. All that does, it doesn't tell us who you are. It just tells us, hey, 30 people have said they like this skull. So now we know we need to make about 50 of them, roughly. But they're pretty much already made because they have to cure. But it still gives us an idea. With a couple weeks to go, we can maybe adjust and make a couple more. So it just gives us an idea, especially with the coffee, because we keep that as fresh as possible. We need to know what you guys are looking for. Not all the coffees will be available in both ground and whole bean. So if you get to the website and you only see ground, that's because that's the way we ordered it. If you only see whole bean, you should never only see whole bean because we have a grinder. We could take the whole bean and turn it into ground at any time. So that, if you see that, shoot us an email or tell someone in chat, and then the moderators will say, hey, somebody just said you only have whole bean and French vanilla, and I'll jump in the website, Liz or I see a little thing that we don't want in our milk. We'll jump into the website and fix it real fast. But that is pretty fixable. We're gonna use this. Not meant for it. This is your meat thermometer. We're gonna set it to 180 degrees. 180. This is what happens when you don't edit. And we're gonna just dangle it right there. So it's about, I don't know, an inch or 2 into the milk, and I can keep an eye on the milk temperature in real time. In other words, it's only like 50 something degrees because it's cold. Came out of the fridge. So the girls are slowing down. The goats are at every 48-hour milking. They did not seem overly full. One of them, I think it was Grace, probably couldn't have made it much longer than 48. But most of the other girls were just fine at the 48 hours. They might even start going a little longer. We might get to the point, which usually by the end of August, We get to the point where we only milk them when they need to. And let's pause. So in other words, they come off a regular 48-hour schedule and they move to a when needed to be milked. That's what they move to. Another project we might continue, and Liz and I might start this together maybe, but she's got a lot of, although it's the water, the condensation from the side of that pot is dripping onto the fire, and I can hear it. Those are our clean dishes drying. We might actually get back to the kitchen remodel very soon. We paused on it for the summers. We might get back to it. We already purchased a little. So that countertop right there is a butcher block. That one's actually done. The one you're sitting on right now, oh, you can't even see me, is actually just wood. It's plywood still. It was a temporary. It's been temporary for a year. But we're actually going to tile it the same way we did the island. And if you don't remember what we did to the island, I'll show you. Hang on. So that's what we did to the island. These are actually tiles you find at the Home Depots and the Lowe's. They're huge tiles. They're like, I want to say almost 3 feet by 3 feet. They're a little more than 24, because 12, 24, a little more. They're like 30 by 30s. So yes, you get a seam in your island, but it worked. It made the island look real good. It's covered with a bunch of junk, and green bananas. But, you have a huge butcher block here. That's a piece from IKEA, actually. And then we just sanded it and smoothed it out, and it's a massive, and it's got little feet on it. So it's just a massive cutting board that we can, pick up, move, and clean. But we're going to use these same tiles on this cover. We got to mount this to this. We still have to fill in that hole. So there's a lot of little things to do. This is the other cutting board over here. So, but we might tile all this. Possibly do that in the next couple weeks, because the kids go back to school very soon, which is exciting and not exciting all at the same time. It's fun having them around. School makes the schedule way more difficult with, gymnastics, and Quinn's going to go back to drum lessons, and Tyler's going to still try to work in school, and Jake's actually got a job interview that he just did that we're waiting on the word from. So there's a lot there. It does open up the day of less interruptions, and more work, which is good. But, and we move into Christmas prep, which is being done literally as we speak. Liz is testing some amazing Christmas stuff already. I'm launching a new endeavor that I've been wanting to do for a while. You might see that or hear about that on the Q&A or in another video somewhere. Possibly on my channel. It's not really farm related. What is that? A little speck of yucky. Yeah, so, and then back to school shopping, which is like my least favorite day of the year. Because kids are mean. And if the kids went to school with the cheap Walmart sneakers I do, they get picked on. I hate that. It just irks me. I got picked on in school. My mom couldn't get me Nikes. So I had, Converse or Adidas, which, hey, at least now Converse and Adidas are considered, quality. But back then, I got harassed for not having the best Nikes in town. It's just stupid. So we'll go out, we'll do some back to school shopping in the next week or so. That'll be interesting and fun. Yeah. All right. What's next? This is going to take some time. We're currently at 122 degrees. We still have some time. And I got another floaty in here. I don't know where that came from. But we'll clean it out. It's no big deal. We're getting closer. 154. Okay, we made it to 180. I upped it to 185 because I just want to make sure that that's not just one little spot of the milk at 180. It's actually the whole pot. I just...
What?
Whoa, Quinn's here. I splashed you, Quinny?
With milk.
All right, we're gonna hit it with the vinegar.
Vinegar.
Ready, Quinn? Here it comes. 3 and about a half, 3.5, maybe a little more, and we're gonna spread it all the way around. All right, we're gonna give it one little mix. This is hard to do because there we go. No, I just hold it right there. We're gonna give it one, whoosh. This 2, because we just want the vinegar all the way through, and now we're gonna let it sit for like 10 minutes. Cheesecloth started to fall over. Okay. Okay. What happened? Okay. There's a bunch of layers. One of them started to fall over. Come on. Come on. It's almost like a regatta cheese when it's done. That's kind of the texture. Feta, regatta, that kind of thing. I got a little more that I gotta get out of here. Whoa, that was a little high. Every gallon should make close to a pound. That actually all depends on the fat content of your girls. And Liz raises some amazing goats. Okay. Come on. We need a little more room. Nope, not yet. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Very boring video. Okay, last. Should be the last pour. Just so you know, I'm recording this cheese making process, and the puppies are here now. Okay, we'll come back after that drains a little. It's gone. It took a little while, but it's gone. It's hanging from here with a clamp and a bunch of cheesecloth, and it's dripping. And Quinn asked, how long do we have to let it drip for? The answer is, how wet do you want your cheese to be? We'll let it go until it basically stops and just goes drip, 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 and then we'll move it to a bowl. and into the refrigerator. And then after that, this kid will probably eat most of it, more than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? He will. Okay, that is it. Cheese is done and Hazel is barking like crazy. So we'll have to get her in. We added a little bit of herbs, like a little Italian seasoning, a little salt to the top of it. You probably saw that already because I already took that shot and I can't lay it in here because I'm not editing this. Now we're off to the barns and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. That's it. We got the whole day ahead of us now. All right. Bye-bye. Let me get my hand over here. Bye.